Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. I'm Sam Adavi, coming to you from Greenville, Pennsylvania at the 14th Annual Heritage Days Super Cruise. Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. This is gonna be one awesome car.
And I said, it doesn't even run yet. And look at it now, it's amazing.
Greenville is a small town in western PA, located in Mercer County with a rich history and great people. Each year during the 4th of July weekend, the Heritage Days Super Cruise takes over the streets. People from the surrounding states and as far as Atlanta, Georgia, come out to this event and bring some of the most beautiful cars and trucks you've ever seen. The quality of the cars and their owners and the stories are truly a pleasure. It's a beautiful color, Ron. Absolutely beautiful. You did the interior on this yourself?
Yes, I did. My wife and I did it.
Tell me about the car.
1932 Ford, small block Chevy, 383 stroker. Built pretty good. Callie's crank, Callie's rods. Tremec 5-speed. I wanted to do it since I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
I started building it at 49. First place fab has their hands on it, paint, bodywork, a little bit of engine assembly. My wife says, look at doing the interior. She says she's a seamstress, retired nurse. She goes, get a machine, we're gonna do it ourselves.
That's awesome.
She pushed me, we built to put the interior in it, 6-year build.
And you made it in a magazine, centerfold in the magazine.
Yes.
That's always exciting.
Humbled me, I never built it for that, but I tell you what, it is very, very excited.
Well, it is absolutely worthy of it.
Thank
This thing's
you.
absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
I was talking about the transmission, it looks so cool. You can see the transmission, you can see the cage on it, and it looks so good. This is a nice car. The interior, though, being your first one, and then you did an awesome job on Kurtz.
Thank you very much.
Man,
very
beautiful
much.
work.
Thank you very much.
And to think that you did it and your wife showed you how to do it makes you feel so much better, you know?
In-house.
Yep,
In-house is fabulous.
Think about the money you save.
Oh, I love
about
it.
the money you
That
save.
is fabulous for me.
This is absolutely beautiful, Ron. It looks so good out here.
Thank you very
the
much.
Heritage Super Cruise, this is awesome for it to be out here. Kevin, what an absolute cool story behind this gasser.
Yeah, isn't it? Well,
Now tell me what makes it a gasser.
in the early days of drag racing, the tire companies had a hard time keeping up with the crazies that were building these cars. They'd raise the front end, they'd move the motor back, and they were allowed to move them back 10%. That's why there's no room in the cab. So the engine goes back, so it throws a better transfer to those rear slicks and gets them out of there without. You remember Gartless when he'd run all the way down the drag strip smoking them?
So that's what
But
did it. The tire company didn't do much. You guys had to fix it and make it
to transfer
happen.
that weight. Yep.
Man, that is
to get
so
that
cool.
on this. 1964 by Nick Mira, raced it in 64. Joe Balin, who created candy paint, painted the truck a pearl red and a pearl white in 64, and he's drag racing it. Joe Balin, his second candy paint job was this paint job here. It was done to enter it in the Oakland Roadster Show. They were going for America's Most Beautiful Competition Vehicle Award.
Right.
And he won it. On their long-going trophy, it's the last big plaque before they started the small ones, but it's still on that plaque. And I was out there in 15 on the anniversary, and it was the first time I actually seen that. Both cars that won that year, Carl has his in his museum, and I got this one in my garage.
And you said the interior is original to 64.
Correct.
And you have a lever, the big lever next to the wheel, that's your brake
To stop it,
system.
because you can't get your foot on the brake.
Right,
Yeah,
got
it's
it.
so short
And
in
so
there.
that's why you got the gas pedal on the
It's the passenger side.
And the shifter's down there.
Yep, yeah.
We'll be right back with more of the Lokar Car Show brought to you by Appalachian Backroads. It's time for the Lokar Lowdown with Kevin Ford.
So this is the advanced version of our axis shift. So when we were on the show, we did the bolt-on one because that's all we needed, and we already had the transmission in there. But if you have a clearance issue or some other problem with the console or the floor clearance, whatever it is, this one actually replaces the whole shifter mechanism.
And still gives you infinite adjustability to put it wherever you want.
Right. So the one we installed offsets it regardless. This one you can come straight or offset. So if you're in the perfect spot but you want to tilt your lever still, that's what we have this for.
Very cool that you thought this up in your head, you made it, then you have to test it on something. When you come on Sam's Garage,
that's part of what we do. That's this whole facility. We're testing and trying our products, and we're taking them out, we're putting them to the limits and making sure everything is good. This worked out perfect.
It does, it looks perfect. What do you think about it, Travis? Do you think we could actually go and drive it and test it besides just sitting here talking about it?
Absolutely. All these set screws in here, the shifter's not want to go anywhere. Kevin's already tested that for sure.
Well, let's go. I'll show you how to drive a stick shift.
All right, cool, let's do it. Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show, brought to you by Appalachian Backroads. I'm here with Glenn, and behind me, in my opinion, is what a Cadillac truck would look like had Cadillac made one in, what, 57?
Yes, 57.
This is beautiful. You built this whole thing yourself.
Yes, sort of like a Cameo. It's not a true Cameo. I had the vision, this is what I wanted, that's what I did.
It looks good.
Yes.
And that back end with the slant you got going on?
Yes.
What made you think of doing that?
I says, you know what, I'm going all the way with this truck.
you
And
did.
it worked out good.
The bed looks good, the wood in the bed, the stainless
Yes.
steel strips.
The strips that hold the fiberglass onto the steel are very, very hard to find. If you can find them, they're about $1,000, and
Wow.
they're not easy to find anywhere. I took one of those, and you can buy them with no holes drilled in them.
Right.
So I drilled the holes to match the holes in the bed, and then I made a tool that I can bend it 90 degrees like trim.
Work. Beautiful work. And the engine is out of a Cadillac.
Yes, it's out of a 76 500 Eldorado. It's bored out 50 over. It's got 525 horsepower and about 600 foot-pounds of torque.
Wow, you put air ride in the front, or is it all the way around?
It's air ride all the way around. It comes up about another 5 inches. When you're going down the road, the bumps, you feel a couple of them, but not very much.
You did
It's
a great
really
job.
nice.
This is beautiful, Glenn. The interior, the headliner, everything about it, the fact that you did it yourself.
Yes.
Took 5 years.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm here with Joey and his 47 Oldsmobile. What a beautiful car, color as well.
Long history on it was it's a California car. We had a body shop in California for 43 years. My dad raced sprint cars and super modifieds back in 1978. He traded a super modified for this car. I raced sprint cars myself for 17 years out west. Walked past the car with my dad one day, I asked him what he was going to do with it, and he said, I don't know. So I said, asked him if I could build it. He said, go ahead, take it. So I tore the car apart with a couple of guys that worked for me, a couple of our body men, our techs. We tore the car all down, touched every nut and bolt, acid dipped it, started all over with it. It's all original. This is the 1947 car. The only thing I changed obviously is the wheels, the color.
The wheels look beautiful.
Thank you.
The color's nice. So what was the original color?
The original color was a dark blue.
Your dad said that this is a special vehicle that was made for the doctors with the extra rear.
Yes, it was the C-body, two-door sedan. The old 98 club sedan. Haven't seen too many of them since this one.
And what you did was you took the body apart, acid dipped it, painted it because it was a rust-free car being from California, and then you put the interior back in it because you were about to move.
Yes, I didn't want to lose any parts. We just kind of stuck the interior back together. I got it this far, and we left California and moved to Grove City, Pennsylvania.
That is so cool. How do you like it out here?
We love it. My wife and I love it. She's from Montana originally, and
How many times have you been to this show?
this is my first time here.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is actually the second car show this car has been to.
Man, this is absolutely awesome. Just when you think that there's going to be nothing but classics here at the Heritage Days Super Cruise, they never cease to surprise. Check out the exotics behind us. We'll be right back with more of the show. Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show, brought to you by Appalachian Backroads.
The weekend's here. It's time to enjoy that ATV you put away and go hunting with your buddies. Check out the new Camo Edition by Car Capsule. Low voltage power requirements. There's virtually no setup. Plug it in, turn it on, and your pride and joy is protected. Know that whatever you put away will be the same way when you take it out. Check us out at Car Capsule.
Jacob, I've been hearing about this truck all week. Not all day, but all week long from Bill.
Right here we have a beautiful 1967 C10, beautifully restored in black. We have red hides leather interior, as well as a custom gauges. Comes off of a 59 Impala with Dakota gauges, so it's very spectacular. Definitely a truck to see.
The whole dashboard is out of a 59 Impala.
Whole dash, that is correct.
Man, that is absolutely beautiful. Now, we saw that this thing was also a convertible.
Yes, has a retractable top as well. Ken Diggett design in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Beautiful job. They do great work. The fit and finish, overall, this thing is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
Interior.
Packing an LS3 under the hood, so I mean, it definitely has a kick to it.
And tell me about Max Motive.
Max Motive, yeah, we're based out of Cheswick, Pennsylvania. We're a classic car dealership. We do consignments, just about anything except the restoration part. We'll look at the cars, inspect them, make sure they're safe to drive, everything. Definitely a large audience we have. So Boca Raton, Florida, that's our another shop, our other location for our shop. Like I said, our consignments are free, so don't be afraid to call and ask about consigning your vehicle with us. We have everything from 1930s to current. I mean, the way we find these cars is absolutely unbelievable. It's just nuts where we can find all these nice cars, and especially the condition and shape that they're in. Drivable, everything. I mean, so definitely if you're down in Cheswick, Pennsylvania or close to it, come down and stop and see us at Max Motive.
I did not know that a Bel Air looked anything different than what we all know them as the 50s Bel Air.
Yeah.
This is the 60 Bel Air.
Yes, and they had Impalas in 1960 also.
And what was the difference between the Impala and the Bel Air?
Bubble top and didn't have the post. The post cars were the Bel Airs and the Biscaynes.
Got it. This paint looks beautiful. You were telling me how you hand polished this back.
Yeah, it looked like primer when we bought it, and I just hand polish it. It's good therapy for me. It keeps the guns going and that, you know. And
you did a great job. Now, where'd you get the name Lucille?
Lucille came from the movie Cool Hand Luke. Anything or looks so innocent and built like that, it's got to be named Lucille, and that's what my wife named it on the way home.
Oh man, I love it when the wife's totally engaged.
Oh yeah,
It makes our love of the hobby so much easier and better.
Does.
You know?
Yep. And I redid the whole drivetrain under. It's got a 400 small block in it.
How much horsepower do you think you're putting?
Yeah, maybe 350, 400, but it runs good.
And you put a high gear in it so you can go 100 miles an hour down the road?
Yep.
Prove everyone wrong?
Yep.
That is awesome.
Yeah, they said about the wings, about going off the ground, but hasn't done it for me. So
this is beautiful. I love the exhaust. How you took out the exhaust.
Yeah.
That is very nice. NASCAR-ish, you know?
Oh yeah.
Ford Lightning-ish.
Yeah, she's got a good rumble to it.
Yeah, that sounds good. That looks awesome. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show. If you guys watched the Best of Heritage Super Cruise 2 years ago, you would have seen this car in Kurt's garage getting done. Man, what a completion. This is way more than I expected. This is gorgeous.
Thank you, Sam. The last 6 months were pretty steady on it. So,
wow.
Total of around 3,200 hours labor.
Mechanism on the hood, go up and down perfectly. But then when it's shut and you're looking at the line, I know that took a long time. You know?
Lots of hours.
Lots of hours. The engine looks so good. How much horsepower you think you're making under there?
850 plus.
Really?
Yeah.
632 cubic inches.
Yeah.
Running a Holly, the dashboard looks so good with the computers on both sides. Now you said this computer to the right We were talking about it 2 years ago. What does it do?
That's the Raspberry Pi computer touchscreen. That's what functions the hood controls up and down. It uses the exhaust cutouts or function through that, some auxiliary lighting through the car. Plus, actually, if you have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, you can get on the internet with that.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with how it worked out. The Holley Dash, you can swipe the screen like you would your phone, and then I have all the other functions to the car on the Holley Dash. The headlights, parking lights, emergency brake.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why there's no buttons or switches in the car.
So the Holley Dash will actually control those items as well?
Yes.
Man, I did not know that. I'm gonna have to really look into one of those. I'm here with Todd and his beautiful Austin Healey that's got even a better story than the car looks.
The car was purchased as a field car. They used to chase cows with it, and we bought it, no floors, but we were able to drive it, figure out that's what we wanted, and we started our restoration process from there.
But what made you get the Austin Healey to begin with?
My wife, who is now passed away, she saw these cars down in Pittsburgh at Shinley Park, and they were big British car days down there. She fell in love with them, just a lover of the car, and I never knew anything about it, so she liked it, so we bought one. We found it, and the restoration started from there.
What a restoration. This thing really was in bad shape.
This was in very bad shape. It took us 7 years to redo. It's an all aluminum car.
Right.
Tuesday was car day.
Yeah.
And we worked on, we start one end to another. We'd work the day, figure out what parts we needed, order all the parts. The next Tuesday, we'd have all the parts, we'd start all over again. Okay. We didn't like the way the parts came originally, so we contacted the factory, told him our dimensions, and he handmade the back quarters in 3 different pieces.
Wow.
Welded them together, sent them over to us, and fit them. So if you look from one side to the other, they're completely different.
That's incredible.
It's because they're all handmade. So, and literally right up the street is where my wife and I got married. And we both went to college here.
There's just so many small bugs you run into when you build a car this custom.
Yeah.
There's a lot of headaches.
This is my first time here. We love it. My wife and I love it. She's from Montana originally, and
oh, we ain't doing the automatic. I said, no, we hot rod got to be a 5-speed.
I had a convertible like this when I was a kid. So now, later in life, I'm reliving my youth.
We live in Western New York, and we would drive down to Music on the Pier.
Yeah.
She would sit and listen to the live music on the pier at Lake Erie, and it was just wonderful. It was her dream car.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Join us next week when we come back to Greenville, Pennsylvania, bringing you more from the Heritage Days Super Cruise. For me, that's a wrap.